everybody, and welcome to episode 11 of the Chicago Bears franchise. And we have some big news right off the bat. We have a possibility to upgrade somebody's development. I'm not sure just who just yet, but it is Chase Claypool. So ever since he has been part of our team, he has been performing exceptionally well, was already having a pretty good season with the Steelers. Well, he has just continued that with Chicago so far. Now, we have been very excited about his addition to this offense and has brought a little bit more of a dynamic field. He brings an interesting aspect in the long range game where we're still able to hit him down the field, even though he is not the fastest, but his speed and combination of above average, his size and his combination of above average speed have been quite surprising as the season has gone, or throughout his 2 games with us, I should say. Now, getting right into the game, our first play is going to be a run right up the middle with Montgomery. That's going to be a pickup of 9. You can see an early injury for Detroit there. We'll have to follow up on that and see what goes on there. But hopefully, this is not a game where we see a lot of injuries on both sides, as both of us have quite the good record right now. We're trying to make the playoffs. We're competing for a spot in the playoffs. Injuries will derail that certainly for both of us. 1st and 10 now after picking up the first down. Justin Fields in the shotgun, empty back set, looking for Chase Claypool, trying to get him involved lately. We have a couple goals to get him his upgrade, so we're going to look to get those started nice and early. Hopefully Justin Fields can have a good connection with him here today against the Detroit Lions defense. Looking around now on 1st down once again. He's going to dump this one off to Darnell Mooney, who's going to pick up a couple extra yards there after the catch and eventually fall down. That's going to be a gain of about 12 to 13, running it up right up the middle with David Montgomery, breaking a couple tackles and bouncing off a couple of his own linemen, a couple of the defensive linemen. Well, he eclipsed 1,000 yards last game. He's having a phenomenal season for us so far, and we hope to continue to see that as the season goes on. Finding him on the check down here, that's going to be enough for the 1st down. Justin Fields now dropping back, looking around, finding Chase Claypool on over the center route here. So that's going to be a big first, or just about close enough for a 1st down. I thought they were going to give it to him, but 2nd and inches here, running it right up the middle, a follow-up, and just great tempo on this drive. We called our plays very quickly. We knew exactly what we wanted to do, and we found exactly what we wanted to see in regards to making the plays we needed to make. Now, a muffed kick here for Chicago. That's going to put Detroit in great field position. I believe taking them up to the 40, the 41. So I'm not sure what goes into that right there. But they get the ball in phenomenal field position. But an early drop, Jared Goff on his first throw of the day. So it's going to be a 2nd and 10 here. That's not how you want to start against a Chicago defense that has been exceptionally surprising so far, but a big play here over Desmond Trufant and DJ Chark. He made a couple plays in his days with Jacksonville, but of course was riddled with injuries. Well, he looks pretty healthy here, going up top over the veteran cornerback and then somehow staying up and then outrunning the safety Eddie Jackson. He's going to get into the end zone. A phenomenal play for Detroit and a great way for them to respond to tie it up. The first run on 1st down goes for just about nothing. So a 2nd and 10 here, finding N'Keal Harry right up the middle and fumble down. And it's going to be picked up by the Detroit Lions. And Tracy Walker III is able to pick it up, and there was no doubt about it. The helmet or shoulder came right into contact with the ball. It came out clean. He was nowhere near being down, so that's going to be a big turnover for the Detroit Lions defense, and they are already in scoring position. 2nd and 9 with a gain of 1 on the 1st down run. He's going to dump it off to the sideline. Desmond Trufant doing a great job of taking him down before he can turn upfield, so it's going to be a 3rd and 1 here after the gain of about 8. He's going to hand this one off, and down he goes. Swift, unable to get anything. That's going to be a stop at the line of scrimmage, and we force a field goal. So turning a horrible situation into a somewhat positive, we make sure they don't come out with the 6 points, and we force them to a field goal, and the offense gets to come back out here still with an opportunity to take the lead, giving the ball to David Montgomery right up the middle to the left, and he's going to be taking this one up the middle. But the last thing Detroit Lion fans want to see, Aiden Hutchinson, 1st round pick, He's going to be heading into the locker room, so we'll have to see if he comes back later on, but usually those are not injuries you want to see, and especially when it comes down to your first round rookie defensive end who in real life is having a phenomenal season. Cole Kmet now is going to catch the drag. He's going to get a nice stiff arm here, pushing him off. And Justin Fields, talk about the efficiency here today, starting 7 for 7, finding David Montgomery on the counter. He's got big play opportunity, and he'll be taken down by the sideline. A hot start for David Montgomery with 8 rushes and 56 yards, and he already has the score that we had earlier. He's doing phenomenal, going right back to him. He's going to pick up about 8, so now 9 rushes for 64. He has been phenomenal this season. We were just saying how we hope he can continue what he's been on pace of doing all year long, and he's continuing to do so here today. 3rd and 2 now after looking for Chase Claypool in the end zone. He was hit as he threw, so the ball absolutely went nowhere, and we're going to run it to the left once again. We like running it to the left side. It has proved to be fruitful for us this season. I believe a majority of our runs have probably gone to the left at this point. I probably favoritize it in my play calling, and that's something we're going to have to look at as we look to be more balanced and, of course, not have any signs of what our plays are. Justin Fields now going up top, and that's going to be Chase Claypool using his size. And that's just a simple goal line fade route. He's going to come down with it going up top, and he's going to get us the lead, but we do miss the field goal right after, so it's only going to be a gain, 13 to 10 lead instead of the 14 to 10. So once again, now Detroit gets to come out here not only with the opportunity to lead the game with a touchdown, but also to tie it. Gonna dump it off here. That's going to be a catch. I believe that's TJ Hawkinson, who is still on the roster of the Detroit Lions, as the franchise was started before the trade deadline. Finding DeAndre Swift right up the middle. That's going to be a gain of about 5, but marked just short to force the 3rd and inches. This is going to be the official first play of the second quarter now. Jared Goff right up the middle. Swift is going to fumble. Jaquan Brisker with the big hit, but TJ Hawkinson picks it up, heads to the sideline. And a great job by TJ Hawkinson to realize the situation, pick it up, get the extra yards, and get Detroit in scoring position, or just about scoring position once again. Almost intercepted there, but finding DJ Chark. He's had a phenomenal start to his game so far against Desmond Trufant. We're hoping the tides change as the game goes on, but another big catch there for the first down. Goff all day in the pocket. He's got nothing down the field, and that's going to be a coverage sack right there. Of course, it wasn't an actual sack, but forcing him to throw away before the pressure was even coming in. And now the screen is going to get caught up behind the line of scrimmage, unable to get free, and it's going to cause a 3rd and 10. They bring up the tempo, and it's going to be Gibson, I believe, getting in. And yes, it is our superstar young defensive end. He's going to get enough to get them to to take the field goal, tie it up, and leave our offense the opportunity to take the lead once again, hoping we can get the 7 points and really seal the deal in this second quarter, hoping we can really steal the momentum. That's really what we want at this point. We're going back and forth with each other. We want to have a series that takes the momentum so the rest of the game can go our way, or at least have a couple series, have a little streak where our offense is rolling, our defense is making plays. We just need a couple drives to really put this game away. And I think it's going to start right here. It's pretty early to say, but a big opportunity to get down the field here with Chase Claypool. But the Madden angles, you can't really do anything about it. Can't even see the sideline, but they're going to mark that one as inbound. So it's going to be a 1st and 10. Great catch there. Now going down the field to the very next play, Chase Claypool. He's got it. And that's going to be a touchdown, Chicago. Chase Claypool down the field. They were sitting in cover 3. The right cornerback didn't get any signal, didn't get any call to reverse, didn't see the post coming up over the top, and it was up to the safety in the middle to make the play alone, and he just could not do it. So we're going to stretch the field now and make the big play. 7-point lead. It's going to be a 20-13 deficit. Going right up the middle, DeAndre Swift is going to be taken down for a gain of nothing. The run game has been struggling since the start of the game, and they're really hoping they can get that going because the passing game has had their big shots but hasn't been consistent. 1st and 10 now on the 42. 7.5 minutes has just passed. Swift right up the middle. He's going to be wrestled down by Brisker and Jackson, our safety tandem. Going to him right again. No, that's going to be Jamal Williams, actually. That's going to be enough for the first down with a gain of 6. So using 2 running backs here. Wasn't expecting to see too much of Jamal Williams. We know he has a phenomenal and a huge role in real life as he's currently leading the NFL in touchdowns, but hasn't really translated to this Madden, so I was not expecting to see him, but we do get to see him, and here he is lined up at the fullback as well. So he's going to have an interesting role, and we're going to have to look for him on these, under the center, play action plays where he could be leaking out because he's a decent pass catcher as well. 3rd and 13 now. They need the big play. Heading to the sideline downfield, and Johnson is going to punch this one out of bounds, forcing them to punt, and it's a 1st and 10. So just what we were talking about, trying to get the momentum, trying to get a big play going so we can get our defense going, make a stop, and hopefully we have the opportunity to come out here and really put the pressure on the Detroit Lions if we put some points up on the board. A big run to start off the drive with David Montgomery is a great start. Finding N'Keal Harry on the reverse, and he's going to go for a loss of 3. We've done this with him a couple times since he's been back from IR. Some have been pretty decent, others have been big loss. It seems to be hit or miss so far. Darnell Mooney, risky throw, comes down with the catch. And holy, we have seen a couple big plays by our receivers, but that might be the best one yet. Darnell Mooney around 3 guys going up top and coming down with it, staying up as well. A phenomenal play by the young receiver. Montgomery eclipses 110 yards once again. I feel like I've said that quite a few times this season, but now Justin Fields on the option, beating his man outside, and that's going to be enough for 13 and the first down. 2-minute warning has now passed. Justin Fields is going to opt to keep it again. A great play by the right tackle to go upfield, and he's going to get another big run. That's going to be a gain of about 17 this time. So 2 big first down runs for Justin Fields back to back. Something we haven't shown in the first quarter, but now finding Chase Claypool, but knocked down. A great play by the corner, trying to get him his 2nd touchdown of the game. He does need 3 or 150 yards. We're working on him. David Montgomery up the middle, going to get us a little bit closer with the gain of about 5. 3rd and goal, going play action, looking around. Justin Fields all the way out to the left. He's going to set his feet, find Darnell Mooney, but knocked down. Should have threw it perhaps a little bit earlier, and they're going to be forced to take the field goal. Only a minute now before half, and we've seen a great display by the Chicago offense to put points up on the board, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown. We've seen a couple stops by the defense as well, but we've also seen a couple big plays by Detroit, and that's something that we're going to have to monitor as the game goes on because they do have a couple players who can get downfield and make you regret it. 1st and 10 there after the catch by TJ Hawkinson. Looking around, going to go to him a 2nd time in a row, and this time it is dropped. Jaquan Brisker is the man who's going to initiate the contact, forcing him to drop the ball, so it's going to be a 2nd and 10 now. Looking around, he's going to find a man short. That's going to be Quintez Cephas making the catch for about 9. Going with the hurry up. Very next play, a big play by Swift and getting out of bounds. Was expecting a little bit of contact there, but the linebacker just misses. So 32 seconds left. They have 1 timeout, and they are very close to guaranteed scoring range if they can protect this ball. Jared Goff all day in the pocket. Finally going to dump this one down to TJ Hawkinson, making a couple people miss, and a horrible display of tackling, and he's going to get back out of bounds after a gain of about 9. 20 seconds left. We just want to get them off the field. TJ Hawkinson this time is going to catch the ball and go down. And I must say that had to be one of the best displays of Madden time management I've seen in this game. Just having been able to get out of bounds, calling the right plays, and have TJ Hawkinson not gone for a conservative catch animation, it's very possible that he would have been able to turn that upfield and get out of bounds as well. So I want to props Madden for that, as that was a little fun little display to play through against the Detroit Lions. The opening kickoff now is going to go about halfway into the end zone here, so they're going to take a knee and a touchback to open the 3rd quarter and 2nd half. Jared Goff is going to roll out, and he's going to line up in the pistol with Swift behind him. Jared Goff now looking around. Swift going to stay in to protect, and he's going to find Quintez Cephas on the dig route. Johnson unable to punch this one out. Going right up the middle. Swift is going to wrestle with, I believe, Brisker again. No, that was Eddie Jackson. Eddie Jackson and Brisker, I feel like, have been everywhere this game, making every tackle. It's going to be interesting to see what their tackling stat is, because I'm pretty sure they're going to be pretty inflated. It just feels like they're on every play this game, and I love to see it, but it's also not a phenomenal thing if you're forcing your safeties to make every play. 1st and 10 now on the 48. They've been driving decently here, and this one's going to be punched out. That's going to be Eddie Jackson. He's going to punch out the little hook route there. So Jared Goff facing a 2nd and 10. He's been decent in these situations, and they've done a great job with the play calling to get themselves out of those 3rd and long situations, even finding a first down on the run right up the middle here. A great job by the coaches in Detroit, and a phenomenal job executing by the offense, really performing better than what the score might demonstrate. Going right up the middle, another draw play. This is going to be taken down by Jalen Smith. He does a great job of staying patient on the block, shedding it, and wrestling him down. 3rd and 8. He's going to look all the way outside, and that's going to be out of bounds. Looking for DJ Chark once again. He's already made a couple big plays. Very possible he makes another one there if he stays in bounds. David Montgomery's going to shed a tackle, and he's going to get to the outside. He's doing a phenomenal job of finding open space on the outside. They are really giving up on the pursuit. Going to him to the left side once again. We love running towards the sideline. We get the numbers game, and we get another big gain. 18 rushes for 146 yards. His performances continue to get better and better, and he is just so consistent. Justin Fields now going to throw this one to the back of the end zone. Claypool trying to get his feet in bounds, but unable to come down with the ball. So it's going to be a 2nd and 10. Going to go with the pass once again, trying to go for the screen, but pressure coming right up the middle. And that is going to be a sack for Detroit and a loss of 11. And Justin Fields is facing his furthest 3rd and long all day. He's going to go deep, wide open, cover 3 seam, and he's going to find Chase Claypool, number 2 of the day. And he just continues to impress, stretching the field for the 2nd time. We get the touchdown there, and there's a great connection showing there between those 2 players, but DJ Chark does it again. Making a couple people miss, turning upfield. Eddie Jackson does not get the right angle, misses the tackle, and in one play, Detroit responds and keeps this a 1-possession game. Jones is going to cut this one up the middle, taking it to the 27. About in the right middle hash here, David Montgomery is going to pitch it out to the left, and he's going to be taken down for a gain of nothing. 5.5 minutes left in the 3rd. On the 27, going with the counter to the left. Blasingame does a great job blocking Claypool, and that is just another aspect that he brings. He's a phenomenal run blocker who doesn't quit on the play, and he shows it right there as he gives David Montgomery the outside rushing lane. 2nd and 4 now on the 49, a gain of about 6. He's going to hand this one off to Darnell Mooney, trying to get to the outside, cutting it up down the middle, and Darnell Mooney is going to get the big gain. That counts as a pass. 14 for 18 and 3 touchdowns here so far for Justin Fields, perhaps his best game so far of the season. Finding David Montgomery on the little out route there, that's going to be enough for the first down. So we're going to be on the 24 now, about to hit the 3-minute mark. Justin Fields perhaps looking for the end zone, looking for Cole Kmet, who catches the dig, turns upfield, and tries to spin out the tackle, but unable to do so. So it's going to be enough for the first down, and puts them down on the 2-yard line, going for Kyrie. Blasingame touchdown! One of the first times we call the fullback dive, and we do it here on the goal line. I believe that is actually the first time we call it. I'm sure we've called it on 3rd or 4th and short situations, but we call it in the goal line. Blasingame able to push through, and a phenomenal touchdown here, 37-23, and this team continues to outplay my expectations for what we were supposed to be. Jared Goff now, Gibson getting to him eventually. For someone who doesn't really play like a superstar, I'm excited to see what he becomes. And I say he doesn't play like a superstar because he doesn't necessarily have the statistics to play elite at the defensive end position, and doesn't have the statistics to really get him those abilities that might help him get there. But he's making the occasional plays for us, and currently 2nd on the team in sacks behind Kyler Gordon. So we are happy with where he's at, but we hope he continues to produce so he can develop into a great player for us that we can foresee having on our team long term. Stopping us there on 3rd and short, so we are going to punt the ball on 4th and 1, a rare occurrence for us, but we're already winning 37-23, so we're going to punt them and pin them down on the 8-yard line. A great punt there. Could have probably had them a little further had we not overran the ball, but great field position nonetheless, and Detroit's going to have a long field to go if they're hoping to score some points and stay in this game. 15 for 23 so far for Jared Goff. He's been pretty good as well. No turnovers as well. 2nd and 6 now on the 12-yard line. Jared Goff looking around. He's going to drop back, try to step back into the pocket, and eventually a couple Chicago Bears D linemen are going to get to him. Jones was one of them. That's going to be a big sack and forcing the 3rd and 14. Interested in what they're going to do here. They're just going to run it up the middle, try and keep themselves out of trouble, and concede the punt. Justin Fields now under center. He's going to hand this one up right down the middle to David Montgomery, and we continue to just batter teams right up the middle. 183 yards so far, and we're going to see a little bit of Khalil Herbert at this point, trying to get the rookie some playing time as we continue to see what he's capable of doing. We're still facing the big question of whether or not we want to bring David Montgomery back. It's going to be hard to argue not to with the season he's having, but do we really want to spend the money on a running back? Now, of course, he's not asking for the big contract. He hasn't gotten that superstar development, so which I'm assuming affects how much they ask for in the contract, but he doesn't have that, so I'll have to review how much money he's making. It wouldn't make sense for us, to a certain extent, not to bring him back with the way he's performing, but we'll have to continue to see what he does. But at this point, I was a little skeptical on whether or not I wanted to bring him back, but it's becoming hard to deny. And the Chicago Bears are not necessarily a team that are short on money for a running back. 1st and 10 now. Jared Goff going to find the slant. Quintez Cephas is going to find it. That's going to be a big gain. So another 1st and 10 here on the 41. 5 minutes and 50 seconds left. He's going to find Quintez Cephas for the 2nd time in a row. Quick out route, gain of about 9. It's going to be a 2nd and inches. Trying to pick up the pace here, and there he is, Kyler Gordon. We brought him up earlier for his sack production. Well, he gets another one right there when we like to bring that blitz at all times, depending on the situation. Really, it doesn't matter on the situation. It's just whether or not we're really comfortable with it. And, having seen, how long Jared Goff has stayed in the pocket at some points in this game, coming in with the nickel blitz was eventually going to get there. I was sure of it. We just had to wait for the right opportunity to call it. Going for it on 4th and 10, going down the field, unable to get it. So it's going to be a 1st and 10 here. Herbert staying out on the field. He's going to run this one right up the middle. That's going to be a gain of about 3. So a 2nd and 7. At this point, just trying to run the clock out. Justin Fields is going to hand this one off to N'Keal Harry, and he's going to get to the outside, breaking the tackle and getting out of bounds. A phenomenal job. The clock is now winding down. Khalil Herbert catching the pitch. He's going to cut this one right back up to the middle, trying to shed off a tackle, and enough for the 1st down. We are just running all over this Detroit defense here today. They cannot keep up with our physicality. And just not getting enough of a push there. He's going to get caught up on the pulling tackle. And that's going to be stopped behind, not behind, but for a gain of 3 when we had big play potential. We had Blasingame going upfield. If we could have just cut upfield there, we would have been into the end zone, I'm sure of it. But a couple plays later, we get it anyway. Khalil Herbert, touchdown, and that's going to be a great job by the rookie. Ran the ball. We let him be a little bit of a workhorse on that drive, see how he reacted to it. Brought a little bit of physicality. He's pretty quick as well. Shifty, by I mean quick. Not necessarily fast, but he is pretty shifty. So he's an interesting little player to have there. Going now to the outside. He's going to break a tackle, but that's going to be enough for the 1st down. Sitting cover 2 there. They take the rail shot to the outside. Finding his guy on the outside there. He's going to fall out of bounds, so it's going to be a 2nd and 5 now. Jared Goff in the shotgun. Swift staying into block. Pressure coming in. Robert Quinn can't get there. He was so close, but really hoping that the veteran can have a stronger second half of the season. We were really expecting him to, be our guy on the defensive line, but he hasn't been so far. Going to the back of the end zone here, Desmond Trufant coming in to punch it out at the final second here. He was about to get back down into the ground, but great physicality coming in, creating contact, and he's going to drop the ball. Quintez Cephas has been getting quite a bit of targets here in the fourth quarter. Gets another one there, so it's going to be a 3rd and 2, and eventually throwing the interception in the goal line. And you're going to see a little bit of a funny event here. Now, I do dive, and I believe I fumble, but I was trying to just fall. So it's a little bit awkward here. I was just trying to fall. I was trying to have good sportsmanship here, but I ended up diving, so it does end up being a fumble, but I thought that was a little bit funny at the end of the game. But another big win for Chicago and a phenomenal game for Justin Fields, perhaps the best, I think, for his season. A great game in the run game. Chase Claypool most certainly is going to get the dev upgrade, and that's the thing we really wanted. This offense now has a potential legitimate number one, or at least a guy who could very well develop into one very quickly. A couple sacks here. We see Kyler Gordon getting another one. It's just nonstop with him. We love using him for that, and he's just carved out a role I was not expecting. And you can see Chase Claypool here coming in and telling us he's ready to take the next step. Only 2,000 XP, but he's only 79 overall, so it will give him an upgrade, and we're going to use this one in the deep threat category, I believe, and we do. And here's what we get. So a good little spread right there, but I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Some exciting stuff coming. Peace out.